Welcome back, tribe. I have a viewer recommended video here. Let's jump in. It seems really interesting. Haven't actually watched it.
So I want to talk about something real important to me, real close and dear to me in this video today. So disclaimer, I might get a little emotional. I might not. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But when I was growing up, man, I was a loser. First things first. First things first, guys. Serious video today. I was a loser. I was overweight, which doesn't just make you a loser, but in my school it did. And I was that kid that sat at the table with three other people that were also like the super rejects. That was me. And there's nothing wrong with that. That actually is a good thing for me because I met my friends. That's where I met my friends. My lifetime friends is where I met at that table. It was like 4 or 5 people and it expanded and got slimmer over time, but it was those people. And we did everything together. All my whole life.
I gotta say though, his studio setup is badass. I'm digging the Mortal Kombat arcade over there. All right.
Like from kindergarten up, we did everything together. And that was a really awesome thing that happened in my life. But something happened a little bit later. And when I got to my late 20s, and a lot of you can probably attest to this in the comments, let me know, but when I got to my late 20s, those friends disappeared. And it's not because they were like, I hate you, Cody. It's nothing like that. It's, life happens. People get married, they move across the country. They were just gone. So, you know the story about me anyway. I mean, if you follow my channel, I got married. I still hung out with my friends, but, I got married. And she became my best friend. And in 2016,
Pause. I could probably already tell where this is going. When you hear something like she became my best friend, I already know he probably got isolated. So I haven't seen this full video, but I've had friends that have done the same thing, found a girl they really liked, ended up getting married, forgot about the boys completely, isolated themselves. Their life became their woman's. Essentially, they lost, like I've said before on the channel, you lose your identity in your partner, and then you become unattractive for that because you lose who you were when they met you, what made them attracted to you. Now you're like this lost puppy that doesn't stop coming, chasing and following this person, and you lose that edge that you had before of being your own unique individual.
she didn't want to be my friend anymore. So we were together about 8 years, and then she left. So I was totally alone. And my friends were pretty much gone. This was at the point where they were disappearing and moving away and stuff like that. And over the last couple of years, I've came to accept this. I thought to myself, hey, like when you get to this age, you just don't have friends anymore. And it's kind of a hard realization to come to, but it just seemed normal. Everybody my age seems the same. That just seems how it is nowadays. And is it entirely that bad to have no friends? No. I mean, it gives you time to focus on yourself. But would you need that support? Yeah. But I just didn't have it. I'm now 31 years old, guys. I'm 31. I do almost everything myself. I do my YouTube, the channel you watch. That's pretty much my entire life. Please subscribe. My entire life, guys. Oh my God. But I learned something really recently that I didn't think I would get to experience.
He's a daddy.
When I started YouTube, it was for fun, obviously. And when it started taking off, that was pretty cool. But something came of it that I never thought would ever come of it. My viewers. And I know a lot of people are different, but my viewers would message me and talk to me. And I have people that have been in my community for a long time. And they've become, real friends. But now, granted, that's the point of this whole video is the fact that I I didn't consider it that way. They were the people from my YouTube community. And the people in my actual life. I don't have any friends in real life. So I talk to these people on Discord. I talk to these people on Instagram. I talk to
I get what he's saying here, but it doesn't replace what he's missing, aka the high school friends that knew him. This is coming from like a fan perspective. People watch your channel, they're fans of you, they want to talk to you, connect to you. I mean, I understand as a creator myself, but the the loneliness he's feeling, it's all too common for men, especially after high school. The loose connections that we've built up that always tend to falter when people move away for college, move away for jobs, or men are really bad at checking in with one another. So you can go months at a time without like, hey bro, are you good? Hey, how you been? Hey, let's catch up, do this. Like men literally are the worst. And this is where women excel at, is social circles and keeping their social net very tightly knit. Men have a lot of loose nets, man, that a lot of people fall through. And once they're gone, they're gone. We're just really bad at checking in with one another. And that's something that I've always pushed on this channel. It's that finding a friend group, a social circle, a social net for men is so important for your psychological health. I mean, you can see, he's doing really well on camera. It's not really, his eyes are not tearing up, whatever, but it's like a painful topic for him being so isolated and alone. It's something he's, kind of thought about quite deeply and quite often. Everybody longs for that connection. We are social creatures. And unfortunately, the way society is set up today, it just lends itself for men to fall through the cracks and be almost loners in life. I mean, and this is one of the traps of video games. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack, like, but video games help me escape from reality, which is another problem because this is what can happen. So when you're gaming with your, online buddies, whatever, you form those bonds instead of real strong, deeper roots in person. Then when your gaming buddies stop playing that video game, or they're done gaming, or they also move on, got a job, bro, can't play anymore like I used to, etc., your friend circle just diminishes and dissolves that much faster because the thread is that much thinner when it's online homies or the Discord chat or etc. You need people you can call your brothers that are in person, that know you on a deep level, away from the camera, away from the game, away from all this. It's very, very important for men. Let me stop blabbing on though. Let's see where he's going with this.
these people on Twitter. And I talk to them regularly, Well, recently we had a meetup, guys. We went to Orlando with 16 people, maybe, all from my channel, and that's about probably the first day of this meetup with some truly fandamtastic people. About a day into this meetup, maybe about a day into it, I learned something that
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I learned something inadvertently that I didn't think I would learn. And I learned that these people that chose to come to this get together with me,
Are also alone.
I learned that they were my real friends.
Mm. You see the power of human connection?
I'm sorry. I've always said for years now that I don't have friends. And it's just crazy to me. I left Orlando last week, and I got home and I was just laying there and I realized
He's got a lot of
that
friends.
I have friends,
Hell yeah.
real friends.
Hate to cut during a deep moment, but that's the reason we started the Discord channel too, by the way, which we have almost 3,000 members now doing the Spartan Challenge. Shameless plug. But the goal of that channel is to provide men with eventually a physical presence where they can meet up, create a real social network. And we're getting there, man. It's getting to the point day by day where there's more and more people joining that are from the same cities, same towns, and we'll have plans to meet together and do things. His Orlando trip is something beautiful that I'd like to do for the community too. Make some sort of like event, some plan where we can go somewhere, hang out, everybody, go to some local town, wherever, you know? I think it's super important. And for him, it showed him that he's not alone, man. And that's very powerful. Like I said, it came from a place of him meeting people in person, which is so much different than that online gaming all day buddy kind of stuff. His realization only happened after he had physical to physical contact with people that deeply cared for him, that you could call his brotherhood now. This is his community of friends, fans, whatever, that are all probably in a very similar space to him, man, that don't really have much people to call friends, right? Men end up isolated. You can count your friends on one hand as a man. We don't have the extended, loose network of acquaintances that women tend to have. It's just you, your one buddy that's been there since day one, and maybe you picked up along the way one or two more guys, man. But that's typically it. And it's super important for men, I think, if you are one of these guys that are alone or lonely, have lost your friend groups, or just want to make more new, better connections, right? Maybe you've outgrown your friends. Maybe you came from a bad place. Maybe these are people you can't hang around with anymore. You have different goals in life. If that's the case, man, you should do things that, you know, like based on your hobbies. For example, a lot of my friends do MMA, and I see the friendships they've made and the people they meet at MMA gyms. It's a beautiful thing. It's a place where men get together, test each other physically, and you make lifelong bonds with men that are pursuing similar goals to you. If you can find events, get-togethers, sort of, you know, any gatherings, MMA gyms, wherever men are getting together with a shared common purpose, try to join those groups. Try to join something like that. And that's where you can meet like-minded people and create a new social circle. It's super hard, man. I know people are just, they rather stay at home, play video games, you know, going out is very stressful socially. You may be a little awkward, maybe a little nervous. You're maybe naturally introverted, but as you can see from this video, this guy, his pain is real. And it's very often every man's pain. Like all the normal men out here can most likely relate. Like I bet you in the comment section of this video, a ton of you could relate to how this guy's feeling. About your friends getting more and more distant as time passes. Nobody really checks in with each other. And all of a sudden, poof, you woke up, dude, 30 something, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm alone. I have nobody. And this dude was married already. So he sounds like he had it pretty good, dude. He was married at one point, got isolated in his relationship. His woman became his best friend. And you know how it is in the red pill community. Let's keep going.
That's something I didn't expect to happen. You know, like I said, I was like, oh, these are people, you know, people in my YouTube community. And it was just unexpected. And I told you I was gonna probably get emotional, and I actually thought I was strong enough to hold it back, but I'm a big old fat bitch and I just can't help it. But you feel, you know, you feel alone. We all feel alone sometimes. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me that on this weird thing, the internet, that you can start over. So I want to read something from my boy Skytex. He was at the get together. I'm going to read this, and I want you guys to pay attention because this is how I feel. So we're going to read this real quick. Oh, my heart's beating so fast. I apologize, guys. That wasn't what I was supposed to do. Well, you're the first one to get this because you're definitely included. I had lots of thinking time on the drive already. So read this and pass it along. It says, so now that the trip is done, the one from last week, well, for most of us, I just wanted to say thank you. You really don't know just what it means to me. 7 months ago, I was staring down the barrel of my pistol, hating my life, and squeezed the trigger hard enough that a tremor would have ended my life. I'm not really sure what stopped me. I wound up watching Cody and then Hannah, which is Tiny One Badger, every night to keep me from thinking about it. And it's led me to this entire community that has literally turned into my family. I know my humor isn't the best. I'm kind of a dick, same. And my social skills are jack shit because in 37 years, I've had exactly 2 friendships that weren't whatever because of the horrible relationship I was in. For that, I'm sorry, but I'm trying. I was so hesitant on coming on this trip, and I'm so glad I did. You folks have not only saved my life, but keep me looking forward and improving. I'm thankful for each and every one of you, and I can't wait for the next trip. And I can't wait either. Big Mike sent that to me the other day, and I read that, and I lost my shit because I guess you don't really think about it. The what I get from the community is like the same that some of them get from me.
That's a crazy feeling, man. I know exactly what he's talking about because I opened some really heavy messages, some emails from people that have said very similar things. It's surreal. Yeah. It can leave you speechless because, you're just sitting here behind a camera, just making a video, talking about whatever. It resonates with somebody in ways that you could never imagine. And I've done videos with Sophie on dating and stuff and gotten messages of guys that have said things like, I was alone most of my life, watching messages or watching videos of you two. And I started applying things you said. And, I lost some weight and now I got a girlfriend. This is the happiest I've ever been. XYZ a few months ago, like, months prior, I was thinking about suicide, etc. Man, yeah, it's no joke, man. I had no idea that people would feel this way watching them. I figured it's just mostly entertainment. I say some stupid shit off the cuff. Everybody gets a laugh, whatever. Maybe some people get angry. I touch on your emotional nerve because we're talking about whatever, modern women or, gynocentrism, whatever. But for some people, man, it really reaches deep. We're all in such a bad place today as far as human to human contact and connection. And then the only interface that we engage with is your tablet, your phone, your computer, and the algorithms, social media, everything is designed to push nothing but negativity on you and actually wrecks your mental state. Like we know the statistics of people who use things like Facebook, Instagram, how unhappy they are, how depressed they are, how anxious they are about life. It's designed in a way to grab your attention in the worst way imaginable. Things that may make you extremely angry. That's what the timeline will show you. Things that make you extremely sad. That's what it'll show you. Negative emotions are very powerful in humans, and that's what we engage with. That's what's going to get you riled up the most emotionally to go hit a like, to go comment, to go get in a comment like battle with somebody under a video. So yeah, more positive messages. Anywho, back to the whole, heavy emails and people reaching out. I do thank everybody that has reached out. I am grateful and they're super humbling. And honestly, for me, it's like fuel to do what I'm doing. And it's probably, it is one of the things that made me start that Discord community and then the Spartan Challenge because I know so many men needed it. I needed it myself. And what better way to do something like this than with a community together? Because in even the short time the Discord has been open, I have received messages, people thanking me of like, I'm so grateful that you made this community, so many like-minded men. I've already learned so much, etc., etc. And some of the heavier topics I can't even really get into because YouTube will demonetize it. Let's continue with, let's finish out what this guy's got to say.
And it's comforting to have, it's comforting to know that we all feel similar. Some of us do. So, one more thing. So, this thing right here, we went on an axe throwing adventure. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. I won the tournament because you guys suck. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But we have a few more people that weren't actually at this thing, but it was awesome. We had a lot of fun. And it's just cool. It's real cool to learn that there's like-minded people out there, and it's cool for the first time in a long time to realize that I I I actually have friends. So I can't no longer legally say that I don't have friends, because I do. And it's the people that have been on this journey that I started this entire time. Everybody you see in this picture has been in my community for years. So I appreciate all of you. I just wanted to say thank you.
If anybody's interested in this creator, here's his information. It's Camelot331. And his video is titled, I'm 31 and have no friends. Nice enough to apologize. So Camelot331, everybody go show him some love. And thank you for the video recommendation. This was a good one. Seriously, it's something a lot of men deal with. Moral of the story, gentlemen. Try your damnness to not get isolated in life. And if you do find yourself in this position, know that you aren't actually alone. You're just a few steps away from making new friend groups, new brotherhoods, social nets. Just have to get out in the world, find a hobby you like, something physical, and I promise you'll make these friend groups. If you are struggling, start with baby steps. If you are kind of introverted, you're nervous, maybe join the Discord. See what's going on there. Make some friends along the way. Eventually, we may meet in person. It's a likelihood, man. In all reality, it really is a likelihood. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Shout outs to Camelot331. It's an amazing video. We'll see you guys on the next one.